beautiful people, my name is Bridget and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having an awesome day, and today's video is going to be a very honest review of the new MannyMUA and Morphe collaboration. This is the Glam palette. So look how cute he is in the back. I'm a big Manny fan. When I saw this getting announced, I was like, it's affordable and I'm going to support Manny. I bought the palette. I love his brand Lunar Beauty, but Morphe, it's either a hit or a miss. So today we're going to test this palette out. I'm going to tell you what I think, honestly, and I am very surprised by the outcome of this video because obviously I've already done the look. I'm very surprised by how I feel about it. And without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into today's video. Alright guys, before we get started, all makeup on this channel is cruelty free, and so is this Morphe palette, and so is Lunar Beauty, Manny's brand, which is like bomb quality. I love that brand. Also, if you're not subscribed to my channel already, I'd love if you did that. It's free. And I'm trying to hit 100,000 subscribers by May. So if you did that, I'd appreciate it. And now, let's go ahead and get into these swatches before we do a look. Alright guys, so here's the packaging for the palette. It is very beautiful. I love the unique packaging on this. And here's the inside of the palette. This palette retails for $20. It is on sale at Ulta.com right now for $15. Or you can go on Morphe's website and use code MannyMUA, make it $18. That's what I did when I purchased it from Morphe's site on launch day. And this is what the palette looks like. It reminds me so much of Modern Renaissance a little bit, because there's like a lot of browns and like that pop of warm colors in here. So let's go ahead and do some swatches of this palette for you. I'm going to go ahead and like speed through. I am very tattooed. And I'm left-handed, so I don't want to like do it with my right hand on this arm. So I'm just going to like make them work. I know everyone's going to hate that, but let's go ahead and get started. This is how I'm going to swatch them. I'm going to do like, and then put it into my, on my arm. Alright guys, I am sorry. Like, I should have done the opposite arm. It might have been wonky, but I feel like it would have been easier to see. I'm sorry. But here are the shadows. This peachy shade called Fire Witch. Really bad swatch. The shimmer looks nice though. And then these look kind of patchy. I did do these shades Zaya, which is this one. The shade Gementa, which is this one. And then the second highlighter, Nova, twice. This highlighter is bomb looking. This one's not as nice, and it's the pinkier one, which is the one I would probably wear. So the swatches, underwhelming. So underwhelming. This shade right here reminds me a lot of the shade. It's that brown green shift he said his mom likes. That was in his collaboration with Makeup Geek a few years ago. It's very much that same like shift color, and I think that one swatches the best out of the entire palette and looks really cute. So now let's go ahead and get into the look, and we'll talk about what I think of the palette, because swatches are not the real test of a palette. Alrighty guys, so let's go ahead and get started trying out the palette. So this is the palette packaging. I'm sure I showed you in the intro, and then I don't know what kind of look we're going to do. Obviously it's going to be a simple look. I know when I see pictures of this online and in Manny's video, it looks a lot less deep than it does to me right now. I don't know how it shows on my camera and stuff, but like the colors are a lot deeper and darker than I thought they were originally, because they looked a lot more like washed out and fair. Well, I feel like when I watched it online and when you see the pictures online, but it looks a lot more warm and deep in person, especially the highlighters. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. I am going to include some swatches. I'll probably do that before this part of the video just so you can see, but as of right now I haven't tried anything. So let's take this Sigma E35 brush with, where's my mirror? Oh, I'm going to use the mirror in the palette. I'm going to dip into the shade Dust Cloud right here and go ahead and set our crease so it doesn't crease with our eyelid primer. Just dusting that underneath the brow bone. I don't know what I want to do with this yet, but I do want to dip into this color because it looks like a brown but like a little bit of mustardy to it. So this is Boy Next Door. See, it's a little bit of a mustardy brown shade. I'm going to buff that over the crease as well. This palette smells a little funny. Like, it's not a bad smell, but it smells a little funny, and I don't know if I'm the only one who thinks that. I'm already having a problem in my mind where I'm like, Manny's formula is so good. And this isn't it. It is definitely like a Morphe palette. I need to like stop thinking about Manny's formula, which is like out of this world. So this Boy Next Door shade, it's just like you can get the color, but it's pretty lackluster, honestly. It's just not like this should be as dark on my eye. I've put it on there twice. I know we did set our crease, but still packed on there 2 or 3 times. It should be darker than this. So I'm not really crazy about it. It blends out pretty nicely, but it's taking me a really long time to get this dark of a color, you know? Now because this is such a light crease, I'm going to go ahead and start deepening up with the shade. Well, let's just use a ton of colors. We'll use Zaya, which is this one right here. I'm not going to dip into this one super heavy at first, just to see if we actually need to. Yeah, let me go in a little bit more. Okay, this color is definitely showing up darker. This one's more true to the color in the pan, I'd say. It's just that Boy Next Door shade didn't really have much pigment to it, but this one's a lot better. And dipping back into that first shade, Dust Cloud, to help blend underneath of my brow. Next up, I'm going to deepen up my outer corner a little bit, so I'm going to take the shade, I don't know, do I want to go warm? Alright, fine. We'll take the shade Jamenta, which is this shade, and I'm just going to darken up the little outer V of the eye, like right here. It's a little bit of warmth. Wow, I'm like, we can get it there. We can get it there, but when I first stamped it down, it was really like, But yeah, you could definitely get this to that color. I feel like even though I'm blending it like right here, it's losing it for me. Like it's not staying. Ah! Isn't my lip bleeding now? It's not staying this deep. Like I packed it on after digging there a bunch and it got that color, but I'm just trying to blend it right here and it's peachy. So I don't know. There's another, that green Morphe palette that's coming out I really want to, so I packed it on a bunch. But I don't know, and I don't feel like this is Manny's fault. His formula is great, but I'm like going in here, like coating the brush, stamping it on. And some people will be like, you can use a different brush if you want to pack it on. This brush is actually pretty dense for a blender brush, especially in the center. And I'm just trying to focus it right here. I don't use a million brushes for all my eye looks. See, this one looks darker, right, than this. I'm going to start like blending it and see if this one stays, because I did pack on a lot on this eye. So I got this one brighter. I'm going to try to keep packing this on to match, because I feel like that is darker for sure. But I kind of lost a lot of the pigmentation either way. Okay, so I stamped it on. It's about the same brightness, and let me blend it. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. Like, look how peachy it is. I really try to pack it on. That one looks better. I don't know. And a lot of you guys are thinking I'm being dramatic, but like, the Boy Next Door shade really wouldn't get that dark, and then I'm having a really hard time keeping this Jamenta shade kind of dark. So I feel like at the end of this video I'm going to do like a little bit of a long wear test, not too long because it is 9:20 at night right now. But I'm going to try to like wear it for a while and see how it lasts, because I don't know if this is going to like stay this color throughout the night. We'll see. We'll see. So next up, let's do the lower lash line, then we'll go to the lid. I want to take my E55 shader brush from Sigma into the shade Spellbound, which is this dark brown shade right here. I'm just gonna coat the brush pretty good and see how this performs under there. Oh, this one's pretty. Maybe because I'm packing it on, but that looks nice. I mean, it's a little more warm than I was expecting it to be. For just being this like chocolatey brown shade, this looks a little bit more warm than I expected, but it's honestly a really pretty color. Alright, lower lash line color. Looking pretty good. I'm not crazy about this blend job on like this right here. But I'm also a little bit scared to keep like blending it because I'm scared it's going to go away. And then our inner crease area, I feel like it was darker at first. Am I crazy? Anyways, I'm going to take a little bit of concealer on this flat Sigma E58 cream color brush, and I'm going to carve out a little bit of our lid. Okay, so I wiped the concealer off of our brush. I only carved out a little bit. I want to see how it performs with my finger on the outer half of the lid and like with the brush on the inner portion. So I kind of want to use the highlighter. Is that bad? We're going to stick to the eyeshadows because this is like an eyeshadow palette. But I kind of like the highlighters in here. So let's do the shade Scorpio, which, because there's only a couple of shimmers in here, let's do Scorpio on the brush. So it picks up pretty nicely. Let's see how it applies. She's there. Can we focus? Focus. She's there. But she's not like super beautiful metallic or anything. She's very, very basic of a shimmer. And I feel like I keep digging in here for more and more product. Just for this little piece of lid. But like it is there. Like it's just not like super metallic-y, blinding and beautiful. But we'll go ahead and do this other side to match real quick. For the lid outer portion, even though there's only like one warm shade in here, I'm going to take the shade Cancer because it is another shimmer. Okay, it was just kind of lackluster. I really wanted to like this palette because I got rid of my Modern Renaissance, right? And I was feeling like this could be like a good, affordable dupe option. So I could still have that kind of like a warm tone palette vibe without being like full blood sugar palette. But honestly, this is a lot of work. And if you are used to affordable eyeshadows, I feel like this is about the same quality as, I mean, I'd say a Morphe palette, but I haven't tried too many new Morphe palettes, and there's been a couple Morphe palettes that I really like. So I'm gonna say it's about the same as a Profusion palette. It's about the same as a Free. I mean, honestly, I feel like that's a pretty good analysis. But you have a Profusion palette, it's about the same quality. Just kind of a dry mattes, which you can get to make pigmented, but they're not exactly the same as you see in the pans. And just looking at this palette overall, the colors are beautiful. Like this is really pretty. I love this, and I love this packaging. The packaging is gorgeous. But it's just like more work than it's worth for like not unique colors, you know? Which really sucks because I like Manny, but I'm not going to sit here and lie about this Morphe palette. So yeah, this is, I feel like it's not as dark as it was. This one still looks pretty decent, but it's still getting that kind of peachy vibe up top where it was like semi-dark. And now I feel like I have a peachy eye look on, and I wanted a dark magenta, and I put this on the lid, but it's really not. You can't even tell it's there anymore. Like I'm packing this on. Let me put it on the lid again. Okay, it's there. We see it's there. I'm going to put it on this side too. Even though I already did, I'm going to pack it on again. See, like I packed it on my finger. It should be like, yeah, no, it's not though. So I'm going to go pop on some mascara, lashes, and lipstick. We'll finish up my face and I'll be right back to see if like how this wears. I'll time myself and how long it takes me to like do the rest of my face. Just because I don't know if this is going to like stay exactly this shade. So let's get a good look. Alright, let's go. Alright guys, so I am back with my finished face. It has been 10 minutes and this is what my eyeshadow looks like. This just, the stuff on the lid, like the purple on the lid, gone. It's just gone. I have not touched it. Just put lashes and mascara on. The lower lash line looks good. Like it still looks about the same. But I feel like my eyeshadow when the top doesn't look great. I mean, it's a cute look, but I could have done this in like a quarter of the time with a different palette, honestly, and it kind of bums me out. I'm kind of bummed out. Also, this is one of the new lip tonics from Kaleidos. They come in these cute little boxes. I don't know how I feel about it. It's kind of weird. Like, it's not perfectly opaque. Like, you can still see through it for being a liquid lipstick. So I don't know how I feel about the lip tonic shade. You can let me know how it looks on camera to you guys. Like, how do you like this lip? It's definitely more subtle than what I'm used to, like a carved out nice crispy lip line. But anyways, let's start talking about what I think of the palette. And I think you guys know, it's like a Profusion palette. And I really like Manny's Lunar Beauty formula, right? This is not it. And this is worse than a lot of Morphe formulas that I've tried. I've tried Morphe palettes that perform better than this. The packaging is so pretty, and I'm glad it's not the standard like big bulky Morphe palette that you already know. I like the unique packaging, and it's thin, it's small, it's cute, compact. But this just doesn't do it for me. Like, it doesn't, it's a little bit hard. Like, this color doesn't show up on the lid. The Boy Next Door. The palette smells a little funny still. The shimmers, like the gold shimmer is still there, but we put concealer down to make it even pop that much. The other shimmer, Cancer, I put down with my finger, is absolutely gone. The Jamenta shade, we packed it on and blended it out, and it's kind of not as, it's not that. It's just not that at all. The darker shade, the Spellbound we put in the lower lash line was good, but we did pack it on with a shader brush. The Zaya shade was actually pretty decent. This one was pretty good. That was fine. It was just a setting of the lid color for me. So overall, I wouldn't recommend this palette. I was so enthused. I bought it on launch day. Like, I was ready to support Manny in this collaboration, but it is not for me. And if you're used to good, like, palettes, it's not that at all. It's definitely comparable to, like, a palette you'd find at TJ Maxx on clearance or a Profusion palette. For me, it's just not it. The price is really good for the palette, but it's a lot more effort, and you can find a lot of more affordable palettes that do perform nicer for you, even at like the drugstore and stuff. So I will leave a couple recommendations for palettes that are kind of along the same color scheme for you down below. Like a little bit of a warm color scheme with a lot of neutrals in it. If you want to spend exactly the same price, you can wait till like the Tartelette and Bloom palettes go on sale half price, which I think they're on sale half price the day I'm filming this video. But anyways, you guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. I wouldn't waste my time with the palette, honestly. I love Manny, but this one's just not it. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.